I'm behind the camera, obviously, but you're looking dead forward, dead into the set. And I'll go through the nomenclature of it. These are my two vertical posts. These are anchored in the ground. They're very deep, probably about 16, 18 inches. This is natural fiber here that I've tied my pin snare bar, my not treadle bar, but this is my set bar. This is my pin right here. As it goes up, you can see, pan the camera, as it goes up, you can see this is my snare and this is my pin. This is the trigger. This is the trigger right here, and this is the snare right here. And it's all tied in to, you can see a limb that's come down. I'm panning all the way up. It's just a limb that's hanging down from a tree. It's just a limb. It's not a tree. This is a tree limb, not anchored in the ground itself. So the base of it's back behind us. But you can see where I've got it together, tied. Okay, this is, like I say, this is my pin, this is my trigger part, and this is my snare part. Okay, the white's for the snare, the green is for the trigger. Anyway, let me back this up and show you. Get it right there again. Okay. Okay. I think it's pretty well done. And I think everybody understands the way it's going to work. What's going to happen, and I'm not going to do it because you can get hurt with it. You come in here, what's going to happen, I'm going to just pull this out of the way. And what you do is you say you got your bait in here. When this thing goes, you see how quick that went? You see that? All I did is barely touch that treadle bar. This is a treadle bar. See it? That treadle bar right there. Now, if that snare would have been in place, again, I didn't even go through my snare, but this is a snare that I made myself with all the hardware that I order. I actually order these parts and make these snares myself. But now you can buy these same snares from like Thompson snares. You can go to Trappers magazine or Fur Fishing Game. You can find them in your higher end bookstores. You'll find those magazines, or you might have to go online and order the magazine, but Fur Fishing Game's full of them. But anyway, so this is my snare set just about right. He's going to walk through. Of course, my treadle bar needs to be all the way down. I want to be very careful and get that snare out of the way. And then when that thing goes, man, I'm telling you, it goes quick. And of course, when it goes, it's going to take this with it. And you can see what happens here. When this thing goes, it's going to pull that with it, and everything's caught. And there ain't no getting out of this one, because this is a locking snare, and it has no mercy. Okay, so let me just take this. That comes off. See how that treadle bar gets stepped on right there. That comes out. This swivels back up, and it pulls the snare with it, and everything goes up. And of course, your critter would be hanging from that snare right there. So there you have it, folks. I'm Madison Parker from Equipped Endure. I hope you've enjoyed this segment of snaring small game in the wild. It's a great sport. It's a great challenge, observing all game and state laws and regulations. It is a wonderful experience to snare or trap something on your own without any help. It's a great way to learn how to live off the land. I can say this. Turn this around. I can say this. That if you cannot snare, trap, deadfalls, some type, you must know, you have to know how to set snares in a primitive setting without any 550 cord. You have to use natural fiber. You know, these TV shows today, quite frankly, they are designed for failure. They are set up for failure. They're setting the people that go on these shows up. It is a permanent setup for failure. I've yet to see anyone in the world that gets caught in a wilderness setting without shoes and clothes, or at least a pocket knife. I mean, almost always, most people that are going to get, you know, lost is probably because they got, you know, washed out on a highway, a road got washed out, or maybe they had a wreck. They went off the side of the road and went into a ditch, and it was in a wilderness setting. You're going to have something in your car. You're going to have something in, your trunk. You should have bug out bags and things like that. But honestly, these shows, I wouldn't put too much stock in these shows. Honestly, friends, don't put a lot of emphasis on that stuff. It's there's a lot of bogus stuff out there. It really is, and television is full of it. And so, if you really honestly want to learn these skills, I suggest finding somebody that knows what they're doing, that's been doing it for a long time, and myself included. I've been doing this for, since the 70s. I became a Navy SEAL in 1972. And from actually 1970, when I joined the Navy, I became a Navy SEAL in 1970, and I didn't learn these skills being a SEAL, but having been a SEAL brought me to the place where I wanted to learn these skills. And I'm mostly self-taught. I haven't been to anybody else's school, but I can sure teach you anything you want to know about living off the land. I mean, all the way across the board, from fire to shelter to traps and snares to primitive weapons, slingshots. The sky's the limit. I mean, every type of water filtration, every type of water purification. Oh gosh, the list goes on. I couldn't even get into it all. Hide tanning, processing the critter when you get it, how to use the entire critter from the head, the skull, the bones, the entrails, the meat, the hide, everything. Nothing should be wasted, ever. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video. I'll set this down so I won't be rocking back and forth. Hope you've enjoyed this short segment on a pin snare. Again, my name is Madison Parker from Bulletproof Primitive Supply. Please visit me on my website or email me at slingshot@usa.com. Also to Adam, this on his behalf, thank you, Adam, for giving me the opportunity to do these videos for you guys again and get this thing started with Equipped Indoor. Hey, I'm all in for Equipped Indoor. I love Equipped Indoor, and I'm a really big supporter, and a big proponent of Equipped Indoor, and I just want to see it go forward. And I'd like to get a group of guys together some winter, when the weather's nice. It's, like down here in Florida, it's perfect. But you can see this is like right before Christmas, and I'm in my short sleeves. I guess the weather right now, this temperature is probably about 55 or 60. It's just, it couldn't be more beautiful. It'll go down tonight in the low 40s, maybe high 30s. Perfect camping weather. Big fires, and just learning all the time, constantly doing something new, fresh, shooting slingshots, catching wild critters, taking the dogs and catching wild game, from pigs to armadillos to everything. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Y'all take care, and I'll see you next time around. Thanks.